Alright, here we go. This is another McKay. This one's kind of special though. We pretty much got the biggest beams, hand hewn them, big 8x12 dovetail logs, and the panels themselves for the roof were extra thick, so we got the double fascia there. On this one, you can see he wanted thicker window trim, so I had him order up 2x cedar special, and we notched it in. And you can see the drip edge up top. That's cedar, but that little brown stripe underneath, that's metal flashing. It's notched into log. So the cedar on top is basically the first line of defense, and it looks good. And then say 20 years goes by and that rots off or fails, or the caulk separates or something on a wall that gets high exposure, and then you got steel backing you up. So we don't want no leaks. Got a nice chimney that's gonna get some cultured stone, field stone. And you got your cedar handrails. There's gonna be 5 sets of stairs on this house. You can see the hand-hewn beams. Now, I wouldn't be getting any ideas that this is easy, even though I might make it look a little easy sometimes. But these hand-hewn beams, a lot of work. Probably cost me an extra month, and I'm gonna have to charge for that extra month. I didn't quite bid it out proper this first time around, but some of these things, like, see that rafter looks like it just lands there, but I had to mortise or cut a tenon out of the top, you know, cut that hand-hewn part off so that it notched in and looks clean in the end. Otherwise, if you just cut your pocket, you have big rough marks around the edges, and we don't want that. So, and also all these beams and braces, they all gotta get custom scribed. Basically, they gotta be shaved and whittled away until they match up, you know. So I like the look. It looks great, if you ask me, but like I said, it's gonna cost you. So anyhow, that's that. Really nice doors. These are the Anderson highest grade, the E series, and I can tell you from experience that they're very good because they're about twice as heavy as the other windows. And they got double framing around them. It's really, you can feel the quality. You don't even have to guess. You can feel it. We'll go take a look at them dormers up top there. I did the roof, the shingles on this house, and you can see the 2-stage flashing that's notched in. That's not an easy task. Now, these overhang braces, we did that on the last house on the garage because their trusses were not structural for the overhang. But this one, the tails are only 2 inches long, and technically the roof panels themselves are the structure, so you wouldn't need that. But we put the tails sticking out usually as a secondary strength, and for visual effect, because most carpenters like me would look for something like that and question it if we didn't see it. But where this come into play is this false overhang, which I call a fake rake. This false overhang is just kind of stuck to the side of the house, and without a log tail to hold the bottom of it where that porch roof comes up and that false overhang is sitting on it, all that weight basically would be sitting on that log tail there. That's the only place that those tails are technically needed. But so anyway, that's where these braces come into play, and they look good. Quite a bit of work, but over here he's got a lot of cultured stone going on in this house, so this cultured stone is going to come up there. That's what's happening there, and also around the whole perimeter of the floor system. And so we got this steel flashing here. We also have a drip edge that is notched up into the log, so the water can't get behind that rock, you know, and separate it from the floor. Eventually these corners here will be caulked up. That's a painter's job, final caulking. I did quite a bit of caulking on this house. All the windows I did, all the siding I did, but that was talked about between me and Leon. And another thing that we did a little extra, Leon and I, we went to the store and picked up some 1x cedar to wrap these decks with. You don't have to see the green treat at that point. And here's that sunroom. I'll show you the inside of that, but those timbers are they're real, they're structural. That's not a fake tail sticking out. And the panels are on this roof as well. It's all insulated. It's actually 2x4 framing in between the post and beam structure. Here's how we did the return on this false overhang. Now, many times, I think on your conventional McKay, this front porch doesn't exist, and that false overhang, just like the other side, would come all the way across here and land on this roof as well. But he added this porch on top of his deck, which is usually, like I said, just a deck on the standard model. Let's go check out the inside. Keep the plastic and cardboard on the doors, trying to keep the scratches down. You know, those carpenters, they're messy and they just wreck stuff. Here it is. This is the boss's sanctuary. She picked this room. This is her spot. That's all structural. Those are the Doug fir timbers, notched right in. That's a real beam across there, big doggy. This will all be just solid trim. This didn't have to be painted. It'll go straight from here to here, trim. And so that's that. And then we got our master bedroom here. Now this house, another little trickster they got was this interior log wall. This is a 6x12 interior wall. They didn't have to go 8x. And it's just butted in. We got this wall lead here that we notch in. Hold on a second. Decline. And then, so with these joists, as I said before, the hand-hewn section had to be notched off, leaving a square tenon. And then the notch itself was a little bit smaller than the beam, so you can't see the notch or the joinery. It just looks like it's stuck to the wall there. But each and every one of these had to be, you can imagine you got a tenon here, and then a tenon here. It goes through the log wall, so this all has to be accurate. And then it comes up and over and notches into this beam. And I would have gave it a little more reveal on this sticking out section, but my beams were only so long. Had to take what I could get. So yeah, that's 3 different notches that had to line up to the 1/16 of an inch if you want it to look good, of course. Doesn't have to look good. And so their bed's gonna be here. You got sanctuary, closet coming in. This is Leon's room. When Evelyn decides to let him out, he can come out, but otherwise he stays in there. This will be our bathroom, sink area, vanity. That's 3 lights up there, all notched in ahead of time. And you got your walk-in shower, gonna be tiled up. Oop. Sarah said don't tilt it. I should know better. And then you got the commode. You come out here, you got your mud room.